All right, so we're back with our boy Elliot Hulse. um, yeah, so it's Valentine's Day today, and obviously he's out here profiteering. He's out here, you know, putting out the old bait, the old hooks for the lonely guys. And this is what he's doing. This is what he's saying, talking shit about the lonely guys. Because this is what this guy does. This is what these, not all of them, but this is what a lot of these fake puas and fake red pill guys, the red pill slash pua guys, and I think this guy's one of the worst. This guy, because he's constantly, everything he posts is just a criticism of men and just playing to our insecurities. Oh, we're single, so he's gonna hit that angle. He doesn't say any truths about any women. He doesn't say any truths about any current issues that we're going through. Doesn't talk about the divorce statistics, any of that, because he's all about the money. Elliot Hulse is all about the money. And I apologize that my phone is not focusing very well. But let me just read this. There it goes. Let me just read this. He says, it's the night of Valentine's Day, the night when we get ooey gooey and gush over our crushes, girlfriends, and wives with gifts, expensive dinners, hugs, and kisses. And if you're not doing that, you're either getting to bed early and taking care of yourself, or maybe you're feeling a little lonely. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to play to your insecurity so you'll buy my program. He says, whatever group you fall into, you'll want to hear, sorry, this shit is not focusing. You'll want, okay, so he says, whatever group you fall into, you'll want to hear Elliot's Valentine's Day advice. This guy, shameless profiteer, bro. Shameless profiteer. We can't even have a day off without him criticizing us, criticizing men. A few years back, I received a question from a man who was doing everything in his power to become more attractive to women. He was reading about women's psychology, researching pickup advice, inviting them on expensive lunch dates, and a bunch more. Nothing was working. So basically what he just did there was, he's like, okay, what are these guys doing? These guys are studying pickup advice. They're trying to learn, female psychology. They're trying to buy women so they can get some pussy. They're trying to buy women so they can get a woman. So he's saying, this is what you're doing, and it's not working because, of course, a lot of that shit doesn't work because, women like looks, money, and status. And a lot of these guys who, unfortunately, buy these PUA programs, they're not that good looking. They don't have any social status, and they don't have much money. So he's just trying to be another one of these guys, or, another one of these programs that can help you supposedly get women, right? So he's just going to pose himself as another one of these programs that aren't working. Why? Because you don't have looks, money, status. Because you're not that good looking. You don't have that much status. You're just an average dude, and women don't go for average dudes. We know this in the red pill. Women go for above average men because of hypergamy. But he's not admitting to that because he wants your money. He knows about hypergamy, but he's not admitting to it because he wants that dollar you got, right? So nothing was working, and many men fall into this trap of plunging into different behaviors with the intention of landing a beautiful woman, but it almost never works. Why? If you've ever had a pet escape from your house, you know how much of a headache it is to corral it back into your house. You also know that you normally can't get Sparky. Jesus Christ, man, Sparky. Get a better name. Can't get Sparky back inside by chasing him. I mean, Sparky, you have no ingenuity, you have no... Anyway, the more you chase him, the more he runs. You have to get his attention with an alluring gift. Maybe a treat or a toy or something to get his attention. So he's likening women to dogs. Seriously, this is what this guy's doing right now. And you're gonna let this guy tell you how to get a wife, and he's likening women to dogs. I mean, if that's not misogynistic, I don't know what is. I mean, come on, bro. Then you can get him back inside. Same goes for having success with women, bro. You have no fucking fucking shame. You just totally you just totally use the analogy of dogs and women. I mean, come on. Acquiring more money and getting more friends. You have to have an alluring package to present them with. No pun intended. You have to become the strongest version of yourself. So basically he's saying, don't be yourself. Be the strongest version of yourself. And that way you can get a woman. Okay, well, what if you're the strongest version of yourself when she meets you, and then a couple years later you're no longer the strongest version of yourself, and then she feels like, oh shit, well, I guess this guy has depreciated. I guess I better find another guy. That's what happens when you do this kind of shit. Okay, you're not telling us anything about how to find a more quality woman. You're not telling us anything about what to avoid in women. You're just telling us how to use a gift to attract more women. And guess what that gift 9 times out of 10 usually is? Money. Because women want money. Because women are hypergamous. I said it back then and I hold the same sentiment now. You've got to work on yourself. Elevate your being. Excavate the diamond inside of yourself before you can expect any kind of opportunity to come to your way. AKA buy my program. AKA give me your money. You know? It's kind of bullshit. And that looks different for different people, does it? So then why do you got a program telling us what to do? Why you got a program tailored to make men better if it's different for different people? Huh? You're fucking phony. Some men may have to cure their anxiety and tension with breath work. Oh, really? Oh, it's just my anxiety. That's it. I just got to cure my anxiety. Then I'll get a woman. Then I'll attract a hypergamous, gold digger, crazy feminist cat lady if I cure my anxiety. Thanks, fucking idiot. Others may need to become more disciplined and focused, and some may need to simply change their diet and exercise more. Yeah, I'll bet you we're already doing all that shit. I'll bet you we already all know what our fucking what our fucking faults are, and we're working on it. We don't need you to come along with your little goofy fucking smile to tell us that we're failing, or to tell us that we need to buy your program in order to become a better man and get the woman, you fucking grifter. And some may need to simply change their diet and exercise more. Just do it. Okay. Don't let your emotions block you from doing what needs to be done. I mean, this is so just bullshit. This is such amateur sophomorish writing. Like he literally wrote this himself. Like get a writer, get somebody who's better at marketing. I mean, this is like a high school student could do better than this. I mean, come on, advertise your shit. Talk about what you're actually going to talk about in this little strength camp program. Like, tell us what we get. Tell us in detail. I mean, this is so vague. It's just like playing to our emotion, playing to our insecurities, and telling us to buy your program because you have the answer. And guess what this guy did? He married a woman who had a good job. She was a nurse, had a bunch of kids with her, and then he went out and chased his YouTube dream while she was at home raising the kids and working. That's what this guy did. And you're going to let this guy tell you how to fucking fix your life when his solution for a fixed life was leaning on a woman to take care of him while he chased his YouTube pipe dream. Okay, buddy. You know, you don't ask a poor person how to get rich. That's stupid. You ask a rich person how to get rich. This guy is phony. This guy and so many others like him are just playing this YouTube buy my program bullshit. And dude, you would have no program if your wife didn't take care of you while you were chasing your YouTube pipe dream. You didn't work, and in your extra hours, you know, you didn't work to support a family, and in your extra hours do the YouTube pipe dream. No. I heard your story. You were doing the YouTube pipe dream while your wife was working and taking care of you, bro. So who are you to say to run this non-job campaign where you encourage people to quit their jobs and go out and be entrepreneurs? I mean, it's just fucking dangerous. Like, what? 9 out of 10 small businesses fail. Okay, you hit the bubble. You hit the bubble with YouTube. You're a good-looking guy. You had some talent, and you got lucky. Guess what? 95% of guys don't. And what's your advice now? Work on yourself. Work on yourself. No shit, Elliot. Everybody's working on themselves. We're all working on ourselves. Okay? The problem isn't that. The problem isn't us, Elliot. The problem is we live in a fucked up society. We live in a gynocentric society with hypergamous gold diggers running around. All they want from us is our money. That's the problem. The problem is nobody's raising better women. The problem is that, you know, nobody's making